Hey, it's Dominique. So apparently my pen pal or whatever is Princess Elena, and she sent me some stuff to read from her story. So I guess we'll read it, see what's happening. Maybe it'll be cool. Let's find out what's happening in Sterling City. In the distance, Sterling City's skyline flickered like an urban oasis amidst the park's natural serenity. Music drifted through the air, accompanied by glowing lights that pierced through the gathering darkness. Elena's eyes went wide as she stared ahead, a grin spreading across her features. A carousel. Yep, he said with a nod. Oh, can we ride it? Will you ride it with me? I love carousels. I have. Her voice cut off as she realized she couldn't tell him she owned her own carousel at her country estate. Why couldn't she tell him? I have such a love of carousels. I'm pretty sure Princess Elena's an adult, and she's still saying these words, so I don't know if this is some kind of game or trick, but we'll find out. We'll get to the bottom of it. She twisted to face him in search of his response, finding him smiling down at her. What? She asked. You, he answered, his eyes lingering on her again with a slight grin. After a second, he bobbed his head. Yes, we can ride the carousel. It'd be a pretty awful first date if I didn't take you on the carousel after you asked. Is he dating a 5-year-old? She couldn't erase the smile from her lips as she wrapped a hand around his arm while they purchased their tickets. She tugged him forward toward the merry-go-round, and they snaked through the stanchions. The lights of the carousel blinked like a beacon of childhood joy. Oh my God, I think I might vomit. The whimsical music blasted through the night air. After Nathan handed the tickets to the attendant, she pulled him toward the platform with a giddy laugh. Her heart skipped a beat as she wound through the maze of painted horses and gilded chariots. He struggled to keep up with her as she dragged him around the carousel in search of the perfect horse. This one, she exclaimed as she found a jet black horse caught mid-run. She mounted it and clung to the brass pole with a giggle while he climbed onto the horse next to her. The calliope belted out music as they waited for the ride to begin. It soon began its slow spin around and their horses rose and fell. Elena giggled, flicking a glance to Nathan, who studied her with a smile. God, I'm gonna barf. She reached a hand toward him, her hair blowing as the carousel picked up speed. With a grin, he grabbed hold of it and they sailed around in circles together. The ride came to a stop after a few minutes and they climbed their horses, still laughing. While they left the ride behind, she slid her hand into his, her laughter still strong as they stepped under the canopy of darkness. Oh, that was delightful. Thank you so much for riding with me. Of course, he said, grinning at her. She wrapped her arms around herself, rubbing her skin as a chill shook her. Oh, it's gotten chillier than I expected. He slid his jacket off and wrapped it around her shoulders. Of course he did. Oh, thank you. She glanced up at him, her heart warming at the gesture as she studied his handsome face. Now I have your jacket again. You do, he said, his voice soft as he pressed closer to her. And now I'll need to return it again. He flicked his eyebrows up, a grin spreading across his features. I suppose we'll have to plan a second date. A second date? She asked, leaning closer. I'm beginning to wonder if you planned this. What if I did? Then I would have to say you're very clever, she said, pressing a hand against her chest. She shot him a coy grin. I don't know about clever, but I'd say I'm very lucky. These two make me want to barf. She grinned at him for a moment before he leaned closer to her, tentatively for a second until she shifted, letting her eyes slide closed as their lips met. Ugh. Seriously? I had to get the partner who is in a romance. It's not even a good romance. It's a really boring, awful one.